Good day everyone, welcome to a new update of me, Michael, in which we're going to discuss Ether, as Bitcoin has been taking the spotlight while I'm expecting a very bullish market for Ethereum and altcoins to occur in 2021. Several reasons are for that, and tomorrow I'm going to be making a video about why I'm allocating more money towards altcoins at this point while Bitcoin is still at 23k and what strategy should be deployed. So if you want to stay tuned on that video, subscribe to the channel and you will get notified tomorrow when it's going to be released. Next to that, there's going to be a giveaway this weekend as well, starting this weekend, which will also be done on YouTube. So if you want to stay tuned, subscribe to the channel. So today it's going to be about Ether. And as you can see, the chart is already up there, and I'll just move it a little to the left so my face is not in blocking every text that I have here. I'm just going through Ether and what the expectations are short term and long term. Bitcoin is above its recent all-time high, while Ether is still down about 50% from its all-time high. Not to discuss where XRP is currently, as XRP is even more down, right? Ether has been breaking out of its accumulation range during this year, in which we can see that accumulation range actually flipped for support at $300. That's a bullish outcome. That is a likely continuation signal, in which we can also see that the 100 week and 200 week MAs are below the current price. We broke through it, we flipped them, and now it's below the current price level, which means that we are in a bull market. What to expect from that short term? Everything is actually written out in this chart here, as you can see. We have made a new higher high, we've made a higher low, so $300 is the level that we should be holding if we get there. In general, I don't believe that we're going to get there. But I do believe that the Ether pair is probably due for a final correction, alongside with Bitcoin USD going to correct a little and being range bound, which means that the area to watch for a potential entry is still around that $450 zone. Why? Well, that's the previous resistance zone that we've had, and that could be the most likely entering point for reference, as traders and investors are usually looking for those entry points based on historical price action. Could we get only to 495 as well? That's also a possibility. Nothing is for certain, but after those higher highs, there is a likelihood that we're going to get a higher low before we start to continue. And we should be aware that the recent run of this push of Ether going towards $676 is being fueled by strength on Bitcoin. Why? If you want to check what the value of Ether is doing in comparison with Bitcoin, you have to check the Ether BTC chart, and then you can see where everything is hanging at this point. And in this case, you can see that we've got some nice colors, but we can also see that ETH BTC is back inside its range that it used to be in, but more importantly, it's dropping down in the past days. So that means that the strength is not on Ether, the strength is on Bitcoin USD. So the moment that Bitcoin USD is going to have that correction that is most likely going to occur after such a vertical move, where from who knows, Ether is also going to correct in the USD value, probably less than Bitcoin, if Ether BTC is going to have its bottom here, and when we're going to bounce in the BTC pair. This means that altcoins will correct less, and altcoins will start to shoot away the moment that Bitcoin is range bound or is bottomed out from its correction. If you want to compare the movements that Bitcoin had, like for instance, we want to compare it with the 2017 momentum, we can see that Bitcoin had its correction at the end of December and started to run up in January, right? So what do we see on the chart of ETH in that case? The top of Bitcoin was December 2017. that was here, the top of Bitcoin was here, after which ETHUSD corrected a little bit as well, heavy crash down towards the previous block, and then it started to shoot away. So Bitcoin correction will not push Ether up. If Bitcoin starts to correct, Ether will most likely start to fade down as well, or drop down as well. And once it's bottom out, altcoins will start to shoot away. That's why I'm bullish on Ether. That's why I'm also expecting a short-term correction to occur. That's probably fixated about whether we hold 615 or not. If we lose that level, most likely we get into that range that we're describing here on the right. And once that's done, we find ourselves with a higher low again. And we found ourselves in a structure in which we make those higher highs, higher lows, and that's a bull market. We are above the 100 MA and 200 MA, which is a bull market signal. What can we derive for the next target zones in the next year as conservative? I'm not your guy saying that Ether is going to run to 5k next year, as I'm also not the guy to be expecting Bitcoin to run to 100k plus next year. If that happens, beautiful, but I'm not the one to be saying that at this point yet. What are the targets that you can derive? Well, you can take the high, and given that we've just made a new high, the Fibonacci level is higher than previously. The previous low is 308 bucks, previous high 676 until other levels are found. Higher low created, Fibonacci extension, first area is around 900 bucks, second area is now higher, which is between 1250 to 1350. So what I'm looking at is that higher low construction, is that correction on Bitcoin to occur. Most likely what we're going to see is that Ether BTC is going to make that bounce up, in which it's confirming the previous resistance zone of this accumulation range to become support. That's going to be the trigger of further upwards momentum, as then we make higher highs, higher lows on the BTC pair as well, and then you will see strength going into Ether from here in the BTC pair, and that's when you want to get into altcoins. It cycles. Right now it's the accumulation phase for altcoins. Right now it's the time to hop off the bandwagon of Bitcoin and jump slowly towards altcoins and make the monies. If you want to stay notified, subscribe to the channel. Tomorrow, altcoins video and the giveaway video, and I wish you a wonderful day.